All right, team, turns!
This is unbelievable.
Hey, you know something? I'm gonna tell you something. This is what it's all about. We eat, fish eat.
Look at the mouth on it. Larry Smith Outdoors is brought to you in part by the Badger Sportsman Magazine, Big Snow Resort, Jiffy Ice Drills, Hard and Soft Fishing, Bartline Barrels, Cold Snap Outdoors, Deep Freeze, and Lynch Auto Mall of McGuanago.
And remember, it's a great day to be alive.
Hey, welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors. Guess what? We're back out in the mighty state of North Dakota, one of my favorite places to fish. And I'll tell you, wow, the weather is absolutely fantastic. We're real lucky. We don't have a lot of wind right now. We got a little bit of snow. The barometer's just starting to move a little bit, so we should have a great day. We're gonna be multi-species fishing today, hoping to target walleyes right away this morning, and then perch a little bit later in the morning, and then pike rest of the day, and probably back into some walleye fishing later this afternoon. Hey, stay tuned and see what happens this week on Larry Smith Outdoors out in North Dakota.
Badger Sportsman Magazine, the premier outdoor magazine, published in Oshkosh and written by Wisconsin sportsmen for Wisconsin sportsmen. Get the most out of your time in the woods or on the water. Subscribe to Badger Sportsman Magazine today.
Hey folks, the Badger Sportsman Magazine wants to see you having fun out in the outdoors, and all you have to do to have a chance of winning a brand new propane Pro 4 auger like this is to submit a picture of you having fun out in the outdoors. Go to badgersportsman.com.
At Jiffy, we pride ourselves at being #1 in developing the best propane drills on the ice. It's why our engineers have worked side by side with anglers for 65 years running. All built and tested right here in the US of A. Patented proven performance is Jiffy's vision for the future, and from where we stand, the future looks pretty darn sweet. Jiffy, we put the world on ice.
If you want a tip-up that lasts, nothing beats a Beaver Dam. With over 50 years of American craftsmanship in every one. From our classic tip-up to round models, to the new Beaver bucket station or bracket. We're your partner on the ice that's never had a meltdown, even if your buddies do.
Oh, look at that fish! Oh my gosh! Holy cow,
Take 'em, it's yours, baby.
Look at that fish!
You know, when it comes to ice fishing, more crucial than any other time of year, you have all these fronts coming through, so you really want to be precise on everything you do. And being precise, I mean by that is that you want to make sure you always use your electronics, and you want to make sure you got the right clothes on, and you got to be aggressive. And I mean by all these things is that having good electronics, like the Humminbird Ice 55 right here and the 45s, what I'm doing is these are my eyes. So when I'm marking fish, I know when they come in how they react to the bait. If they come in and they go out right away, that I need to change my bait, I need to change my technique, I need to put a spike or a minnow head on it. So you keep adjusting until you get everything down just right. So that's the big thing about ice fishing. Another big thing is that I feel is that I like to be real aggressive, and I like to jump from hole to hole all the time until I can land on a good pot of fish that are active. So having the proper clothes is real crucial too. And you know, I'd like to have a good ice suit that keeps me warm, good boots. We got these new boots, and they're called Reed Glaciers, and they're a great boot because they come all the way up. They're super warm, they're real supportive and waterproof. So the great part about it is I like to just jump from hole to hole and kneel right down, and it keeps your feet warm.
What do you
got, Mark? What do you got?
Fighting too much.
Oh, you moved out to the deep water off this reef. Nice perch. Nice. That's what we came for. On that Kastmaster with that translucent tape on it. I'll tell you what, we came out here to a kind of a big gravel bar. Right on top of this thing, it's 8 feet of water, so we drilled about 40 holes out here. We have holes on top and 8. We have holes coming all the way down the break, and Mark's out here in almost 19 feet of water. And these perch are gonna be hanging in that deeper water, and the walleye should be sitting here this morning on top of this gravel bar in like that 8 to 13 feet of water. So we got a couple guys all spread out here fishing different parts of the water column to find these fish. Nice perch, Mark. Oh, baby, he just came up and powdered it. Oh, uh-oh, he's got me down in the tree there. I'll tell you what, we're fishing trees out here on this break. I just moved off outside of this 17.5 where Mark was, and you can see trees right above your flasher. Oh, nice walleye, nice walleye. When you first put your transducer down there, it looks like there's 2 or 3 fish stacked right on the bottom, but they're actually trees down here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this Kastmaster with a full minnow and I'm pounding the bottom about 4 or 5 times and I'm bringing it up real slow and I'm stopping it right above those trees. And you got to get those fish to commit because they're living in that wood down there. And this fish just powdered it. And I'll tell you, it's an overcast day. It's a silver spoon, chrome spoon, but I have gold tape on it. Don't be afraid to sit there and doctor up your spoons. Buy straight gold, buy silver, buy the chartreuses, but don't forget to change it up with the tape. Kastmasters come with all kinds of different tapes on them, glow blues, glow reds. It's an awesome deal. And another thing I can't say enough about is having a spring bobber. Even though I'm fishing a spoon, I'm adjusting that spring bobber on that tip stick, Beaver Dam tip stick, to the weight of the spoon. Because sometimes these fish bite real light. And I want to be able to see that little pop, because sometimes they knock the spring bobber up too. So sometimes that spring bobber will knock up. That means that fish came up hard and knocked it up. Let's get back down there. God, you're out here on this break. Oh, nice fish. I'll tell you what, we're catching small walleyes on top in that 8 to 10 feet of water on that gravel finger. I think a few of us need to move out here and get on these jumbos. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Mark's using the Beaver Dam custom rod. There's something to be said when you're fishing with a real light rod that won't fatigue you, but it really has good backbone and good action. As you can see, when I bend that, it's got the real fast taper tip, so you don't yank the spoon out of their mouth, but yet it has that backbone to give you enough drive to drive that spoon into a perch or a walleye's mouth. That's a custom carbon, check it out. Comes available in 2 lengths. Nice perch.
You got a good one, Kim? See what you got here. Move the old Vexy for you. Perch or walleye? Well, you had a hot little hand going before. Oh, yeah. Oh, big guy. If the one thing we don't have to worry about, we don't have to worry about, oh, I'm not strong enough to catch it, but we don't have to worry about a big guy like you going down through that hole. But that is a big perch. You want to hold that one out? Holy man. You know, that's the great part about fishing these Dakotas, South and North Dakota, the size of the perch. I said that, you know, a show that we did a while back, we used to catch a lot of these big perch on Castle Rock and Petenwell Flowage, but you just don't see them like that anymore in Wisconsin too often. That is a dandy of a perch. Look at that, yeah, that's beefy. Not quite as beefy as you, my friend, but that's a beefy fish. Good job. You have got the hot hand, my friend. Get that on your way. Boy, them last 3 you caught were just absolutely tanks. Ooh, there's another. Look at that. Hold that perch up. Holy moly. Look at that perch. Look at that perch. That is an absolutely tank. And I saw that fish. I was watching it come up. Holy moly, did he absolutely throttle that. That is absolutely tank. Wow. Get her back down there. Get another one. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Here. No, he's coming right up. He's right on. Oh, there. Oh, oh, that one up. That is another nice perch. You know, again, I can't emphasize enough. It is amazing out in the Dakotas here. Whoops. Out here, besides the wind, how big the perch get out here. It's just, these are some phenomenal fisheries, you know. And they say these perch grow so good in South North Dakota because of the amount of shrimp that they have, these grass shrimp they have in here. So yeah, look at the build, the backs on them fish. Jeez. Got one, man. Boy, Tim's really got a pile of fish sitting over here. We got him. Holy moly.
Stuck on Tim.
Wow.
Drill going right behind him.
You sneaky little guy, you.
Just set those tips.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a nice fish.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, you gotta like that. Same thing, minnow head?
Yep.
In the Kastmaster?
Yep, gold on gold. Straight gold with the gold tape.
Boy, you gotta love that, huh?
Awesome. Choked.
Hey, and you know, it is, Matt, it's amazing. You know, this morning we did a lot of moving around and things were a little bit slow. But you know what? That's the nice part about having a group of guys out here. We got our all-terrain vehicles, and everybody's got the locators, and just covering a lot of ground. You know, and you know, in the winter, no matter where you fish, it's just keep moving all the time till you find an active pot of fish.
You can't come out and drill 2 holes and sit in your shack.
You know, it's just, you might get lucky some days, but you know something? I'm going to tell you something. We're not that lucky.
No, you got to move.
The new Beaver Dam Titanium Tip Stick is the first ice rod with a built-in extendable titanium spring bobber, making it the most versatile ice rod ever. Extend the bobber for ultralight panfish jigging, or retract it for game fish or when it's time for travel. It even has a built-in rattling handle to attract fish. It took a while to come up with an ice rod worthy of the Beaver Dam name, but when we did, boy, we nailed it.
With ice fishing just around the corner, it's time to gear up. Check out the new Pro Skimmer by Deep Freeze. Offered in 6-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch models. The fastest ice skimmer on the market. And once you're ready for those tip-ups, don't forget about Blue Tips, the first tip-up alert system sent straight to your smartphone. Free app available on Android and iOS. Check out these and other products at deepfreezefishing.com or any of your favorite retailers.
Nice, Dave. Nice.
Yeah, he's got a nice head shake to him. Another
Awesome.
North Dakota perch here. There we go.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Yeah, look at that.
I'll tell you what, we just got set up out here, Dave. Everybody's marking fish, but these fish barely want to come off the bottom. How'd you get that fish to trigger?
I just been lightly puffing my jig on the bottom and then trying to get it up about 6 or 8 inches, because that seems to be all the farther these fish want to come up so far. This is the 5th fish I've marked. It's the 2nd one I've caught. And they're just really timid this morning, but I got that, you know, that silver Kastmaster with that green. And what I did is I took a couple perch eyes from these fish I caught out here yesterday. So I've got a perch eye on there, and I'm hoping that maybe with this timid bite, these perch eyes will make them go.
And you picked chartreuse because you said the water's dirty out here. There's only like a foot visibility right now, right?
Yeah, it's only a 1 to 2 feet visibility. It was real windy this fall, and it seems like that the water is just not real clear like it has been these last couple winters.
Sounds good. Let's get another one.
Hard day.
Boy, just walking by, I can't even get a line in here. We're just getting fired up.
They're too big.
Big perch. Oh, walleye. Nice, Mark. Tell you what, out here at Larry Smith Outdoors, out in the Dakotas filming. Early winter right now, chasing perch, walleyes. It's gonna be a fun day. We got some Beaver Dam tip-ups spread out. We got a whole bunch of guys spread out jigging. We're gonna pin these fish. We're gonna keep catching them. Nice job.
I just drilled in behind you there. Ooh, that's a nice fish too. Get him through the hole. Yeah, got him. You know, that is a pig of a perch. You know the funny part is, Matt was just saying that engineers never catch any fish. That's what he was saying. He said, you know what? I don't know why he even came out here today. He said, you would have been better off staying in the office. Well, so far, that's bigger than anything he's caught.
That's right. And I told him, I said, there's nothing I'd like more than to beat you ice fishing today.
Right, well, so far you got him beat easy. You know, it's funny how some guys like Matt, they always start sassing off about everything. And you know what ends up at the end of the day?
Yeah.
He's gonna end up eating a lot of green slush.
Well, we're eating this.
That's right, that's a nice job. And what were you doing, just pounding that bottom?
Pounding bottom, bringing it up, and this is the, got the big rattle on.
Oh, okay. Boy, that's my bait I'm using is half of that size down there. Maybe I should go up a size or two on that. Did you have any, you did have bait on it though, right?
Yeah, I had a minnow head on it. I was slamming the bottom.
Okay.
Hard, came up and he just came up and slammed it.
Have you been marking many?
Yes.
Okay.
Tons of fish.
Well,
bottom in the 10, 12 foot.
Okay.
Line, but I'm still hitting. I'm just working the bottom.
Pounding that bottom. All right. You might hear somebody drilling behind you.
Oh, first one of the day on a tip up. Here we go. There we go. Out here testing the new round Beaver Dam tip up. First fish on the new round Beaver Dam. Ah, little pike. Little pike. There we go. Easy, big boy. Nice fish. Good start to the day on tip up fishing. What we did is we got a hole, came out here and drilled a whole bunch of holes for jigging, and then we set a handful of small minnows on tip-ups for perch and walleyes, and then we got a handful that were running smelt. And as soon as we noticed that these fish are real tight to the bottom and lethargic, we dropped our smelt right down to the bottom, because you can either hang them or drop them right on the bottom. This fish came along and picked it right up off the bottom.
Oh, hey. You can cook and catch fish, huh? Holy cats. But that was a great breakfast we had this morning. There you go. Boy, I tell you, what are you doing differently than what I'm doing? Because I've only had a couple of fish on so far, and boy, I tell you, I just can't get it down. Are you tight to bottom, or,
I'm coming off the bottom. I'm using a little minnow, the whole minnow.
Okay.
Not just the head. I don't know if it seemed to be helping. I know everybody else is just using the head.
Right, that's what I was using. So are you hooking it through the back, or what do you do?
The bottom jaw.
Okay.
Up through both lips.
Good little fish, hold them up there. Good eater. I know somebody's going to be eating tonight.
Yeah.
Not me so far. I'm telling you, you guys, now I can understand why my good friend John Gillespie always got frustrated, because he's always running over to everybody else and he doesn't get much time to fish. So I can understand as a host now, having my own show. Yeah, which is great, as long as some people are catching. What do you got there? Oh, a pike. I thought you had a big perch. Oh, you got that green Kastmaster on there too, huh?
Yeah, green Kastmasters caught a couple fish for me today. I'm out drilling holes looking to find a bunch of these perch, but they're kind of showing a tough head today.
It got pretty cold last night. I don't know, Dave, does that have a lot to do with it being a little bit slower this morning? Or, fishing's fishing. We're definitely catching, a fair amount of fish. I was out here with you before and we really got on them, but, it can't be every day you can't kill them.
Yeah, well, the barometer's really been going up and down these last few days, and we had had a front come through and we had about 5 inches of snow.
Right.
And you know, these last couple days has been kind of some tough fishing, and yesterday we marked a lot of perch and we did catch some, and I was hoping to get into them again today, but we're definitely working for the fish that we're getting.
Right. If this is tough fishing, my friend, I don't mind tough fishing, I'll tell you that, because we're picking away at them. I haven't had myself more than about 15 minutes to actually sit down and fish between jumping and running around to everybody. So, I mean, we're picking away at them. So I know you guys out here are a little bit more spoiled than we are at home, but I would say this is pretty good fishing so far.
It's pretty good fishing, and we're just going to keep working hard at it, and we'll come across these fish.
You know, that's one thing I love about you guys, you know, Dave, you guys, every time we come out here, you guys are always working hard for us, and that's really, when it comes to hiring a guide, that's the big part about, you know, you got the right guide when he's working hard for you. Can't always kill the fish, but as long as he's working hard, that's a good deal. Hey, now I'm going to try to go over and try to catch a fish.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
He's running now. He's running again on that dead schmelt, laying it right on the bottom. Oh, he's got hung up on me. There we go. Another good sized eater pike. I'll tell you what, if you're gonna keep pike to eat, these mid 20-inch fish are perfect. Let those big females go. Boy, Lance, I just caught that pike about 20 yards from you. I look over and your rod's is doubled over.
Came off bottom and slammed
Ooh,
it.
you got something going here.
Oh,
pikey. Nice. Boy, as soon as that sun popped up, these pikes started firing, didn't they?
Turn the bite on a little bit.
Hold that fish up to the camera. You know, that's one thing I love about South and North Dakota. You know, years ago we used to catch some big fish up on Castle Rock like this, and now the last 4 or 5 years you just don't see any of them. But boy, out in these waters out here, you know, it's pretty common to catch. That's a good average size perch, and that's a tank for sure.
At Jiffy, we pride ourselves at being #1 in developing the best propane drills on the ice. It's why our engineers have worked side by side with anglers for 65 years running. All built and tested right here in the US of A. Patented proven performance is Jiffy's vision for the future, and from where we stand, the future looks pretty darn sweet. Jiffy, we put the world on ice.
Badger Sportsman Magazine, the premier outdoor magazine, published in Oshkosh and written by Wisconsin sportsmen for Wisconsin sportsmen. Get the most out of your time in the woods or on the water. Subscribe to Badger Sportsman Magazine today.
Hey folks, the Badger Sportsman Magazine wants to see you having fun out in the outdoors, and all you have to do to have a chance of winning a brand new propane Pro 4 auger like this is to submit a picture of you having fun out in the outdoors. Go to badgersportsman.com. Welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors Ice Fishing, a full-service guiding ice fishing adventure. We supply all the equipment and provide a hot meal out on the ice. You just need to arrive with a Wisconsin fishing license and get ready to catch fish and have a great experience. We guide 7 days a week, are fully insured, use the latest tested tough gear, and will work harder than anyone to put you on fish. To book a trip, please call 920-361-4996. You know what we did? We were out fishing perch this morning, and you know, we caught a handful of perch. It was a little bit slow this morning, which is okay. Now what we did is we shifted gears. We came into one of the bays here, and we're going to be fishing for pike with smelt. And basically what we're using here is about an 8-inch smelt, and I like to try to get them so they hang horizontal. So get that placement just right, straighten them all out right there. And I got one of them Beaver Dam 40-pound fluorocarbon leaders on there, and just dropping it down. And we're fishing in about 6 feet of water. I've got most of them set about 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the bottom, and I've got a couple of them set just right underneath the ice, about 6 inches underneath the ice. You know what? And the nice part about it is that I'm going to start cooking lunch here pretty soon. I'm going to put my blue tips on there so I don't really have to watch the flags. I'll get notified by my cell phone alarm going off. And it's real easy. All you got to do is just snap it on there. Boom, that's it. Put her back down. Life is easy. Oh, that one, is that mine?
It's spinning.
What?
Finally.
You got him?
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
There's a good solid fish. Finally got one to eat it. One little trick a lot of times when these fish are grabbing the bait and dropping it is when you come up and you feel a little bit of weight, give it a little tug and then let the line go slack. And that kind of triggers that fish a lot of times to eat that bait. You can see that treble hook's like 2 inches down in his mouth. Nice fish.
Show him how the homeboy gets them. These guys keep fudging it.
This will be a piece of cake.
Piece of cake? Uh-oh, don't say that. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish right there. Nice job. Look at, nice chunky fish too.
Yeah. Another one of these Devil's Lake northern pike. It's just, these are just really good to eat.
What do you got, Dave? What do you got?
Flying them off the bottom.
Nice. We're at peak time right now. That sun's going down. Nice fish. We are at peak time. We expect walleyes to fire up here. Let's get back down there. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Oh, nice stick. Nice stick. Oh, you got him. You got him.
Still got him. And he got it around the next line.
There you go. Nice fish. Nice fish.
Just a good eater. Oh, and he just came off just that quick. Just another Devil's Lake, great eater. Getting right towards this evening bite. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the next 5-10 minutes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, it looks like he's got a decent one, Dave, huh? The walleyes are just starting to bite too. Ooh, let that thing, let him sing that line through your hand. Oh, oh, oh. That's a nice fish. Yep. Yep. This is a decent fish for sure. And you said they came a little later too, huh?
Yeah, the biggest one was after dark last night.
Again, when he comes back up, just make sure that line goes through your hand there. That's a, ooh, that, whoa, look at that. Absolutely, nice job, all right. That is absolutely a beautiful pike there. You know, again, you were saying last night the two biggest pike you caught yesterday were right at this witching hour for walleyes.
Yeah, I don't know what
That's a nice fish.
And off she goes.
Hey, I tell you, we had another fantastic time out here in North Dakota. Hey, just remember, all of our new episodes are on YouTube too, so go on there and enjoy our show. And for Larry Smith Outdoors, just remember, it's a great day to be alive. All right, Robin, let's see what you can get here. I know I already caught mine right here, a little duck. Oh, how can that happen? Hey, Matt, you want to bring out a smelt? Robin wants to have a talk with you. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, look how, oh, he looks absolutely marvelous. Looking marvelous.